What's up, y'all? It's Will Hester, Woofred's dog training, and y'all tuned into the juice.
So is it Woofred or
Woofred's.
Woofred's?
Yeah, my real name Wilfred.
Oh, Wilfred. Oh, I get it.
And so it's gonna be Woofred's.
Okay, facts. Woofred's in the building, you hear me? Woofred's dog testing. You located in Harvey, right?
Nah, I'm in Gretna.
Okay, well, I seen something. I think it was like a shirt or something you had on that said Harvey on it.
One of my old ones.
Okay, well,
That's
yeah.
where I started, yeah.
And
Really
also, I seen recently you got something else coming up. Is that in Gretna? What it is?
Yeah, that's gonna be in Gretna. So it's a dog behavior workshop.
Okay,
Pretty
yeah.
much for people that don't know dogs. I mean, people get bit by dogs because they don't see it before it happens. I could see it before the dog even show you his teeth, before he growl. They're like, hey, the dog don't like you. But normal people can't see that. So that's what I'm trying to get, not just our people, but everybody. See the bite before it happens. Kids, get your kid back. Dog run into a corner. The dog ain't run into a corner to play with your kid. He ain't running in that corner because if the kid keep going, he gonna bite you.
Right.
Straight up.
Okay, so how did you get into dog training?
So as a kid, just always had a knack for specifically dogs. I was like 5, 6 years old, had a little Shih Tzu named Skittles. Mama gave him away because we ain't take care of him. I was a kid, I didn't know what to do. So grew up like a normal person. I was like, what do I want to do with my life? I went through restaurant management. My brother run a Outback in Savannah. I went through like renovating houses, all kind of stuff. Sat back and thought like, man, what do I want to do with my life? And commercial came up for animal behavioral college. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to go back to school because I had did that already, went to school for strictly sports. So found another way around it, didn't go to school, and Petco trained me to train dogs.
And how long have you been training?
Going on 6 years.
Facts. And you found an easy way around it, like as opposed to like going to school and stuff like that.
That's exactly what I was looking for. I knew I didn't want to go through the books again. I didn't want to pay thousands of dollars because I don't want to say I'm not dedicated, but I hate books.
Me too. School is not for everybody. It's
So
definitely not for everybody.
I had to find a way around it. It took me like 3-4 months. My mentor had 30 years of experience, and I just learned from her. She taught me how they think instead of, oh, this is how you make a dog sit.
So from that, you say you've been going for 6 years. When did you like branch out and say I'm gonna run my own dog training company?
As soon as I got done at Petco.
For real?
Like within, I wasn't even out for a week, and my family reunion was coming up. Now, I had never been to a family reunion. So I was like, man, y'all need to get me off. They didn't give me off. My mentor was moving to Georgia, so they made me the head trainer before all that even happened. I'm like, if I'm gonna do bad, I'm gonna do it by myself. Cause I can't handle being a head trainer and I'm just getting out of training. So I was like, I'm gonna just do it myself. And from then on, it was up.
So you've been running your own company for about 6 years.
Right.
Facts. So for people who don't who think they should train their dog on their own, what would you tell them? Like, what's the reason why they should bring them to you?
It's just, you gotta do it the right way. There's so many ways to break dogs. For instance, black people, we too hard on our dogs. We wanna spank them and hit them with the newspaper. I'm gonna go grab the broom and dog just do what you want. Some white people, they too soft on the dog. Oh, that's my baby and I love him. You gotta have that balance. Cause if you hit them, that's gonna make them aggressive to a kid running around with the newspaper. They gonna bite that kid. Or if you're too nice and you got this German Shepherd, that ain't no baby. That's a adult dog. Treat him that way. So you just gotta have that balance. I love my dog to death, but we got some discipline in that house, just like my daughter. I talk to him the same way sometimes. My daughter don't know sitting down, but when I say no, she know what no mean. Him too.
Like, so what's the perfect balance? Like, how you suggest we find that perfect balance?
So you gotta be able to correct your dog, but you gotta know what's too hard. So, I mean, dog in a trash can, hey, stop what you're doing. And if you don't stop, I'm gonna get up and make you stop. And it's just, I'm gonna get on your nerves until you stop. But if you're aggressive and you snap at somebody, yeah, now we gotta get physical. But for like simple stuff, you don't have to like hit the dog with the newspaper or nothing. And also, like my dog walk up to me, if I say sit, but you want me to pet you, if you ain't sit, I'm not gonna pet you. Get away from me. You don't wanna listen, I don't wanna pet you. That's the deal. So that's the balance. But some people are like, oh, it's okay, you don't have to sit, I'm still gonna pet you. Nope, you ain't getting it from me. Go find it from somebody else.
And you were speaking earlier on like aggressive dogs. Like, what are some of the signs that you could find? Like, all right, I shouldn't go up closer to this dog, or this dog is aggressive and stuff like that.
So first, the dog is mainly gonna be mugging you. The people think the tail wagging is like, oh, they happy. That's just energy. That means, hey, I got energy for you. That energy could be bad. He could be like, yeah, I got some energy to bite your ass. But then on the flip side, it could mean they happy. But most of the time, the dog is just gonna stiffen out. The hair might be up. The dog's gonna be growling. Those are all signs that that dog is uncomfortable. Sometimes their tail might be tucked. The dog uncomfortable. Don't even bother it. The way you could like gain a dog's respect is if it's barking and growling at you, keep on going. They'll be like, the hell? You don't hear me barking and growling at you? What's wrong with you? And then it might still like you. It might like you after that because you're not giving him no attention. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna work for it.
Okay, I feel that. So do you specialize in anything in particular, like with dogs?
So mainly what I'm doing is I'm going down therapy dog work, which is the dogs you see in hospitals, the airport, those kind of dogs. That's what I want to go down. I have like a soft spot in my heart for kids and dogs. So the biggest thing I want to do is go to elementary schools and teach kids about dogs because so many kids just don't know better, but they love dogs. And their parents, they might not have dogs, so they can't teach their kids. So I want to make that my job.
That's facts. A lot of kids really do love dogs and they don't know better. I know I have a daughter too, and she loves her dog. Like, so I know what you mean. So what about like tips and tricks for like new dog owners and stuff?
Potty training is the biggest one.
That's what I was going to that. I seen you talking about that on one of your videos on one of your business pages, the potty training and the puppy pads and stuff like that.
Ain't no puppy pads.
Yeah, you say you don't use them at all.
It's either you want the dog to be in your house using the bathroom on a pad, or you want him to go outside. Most people are like, oh, I want my dog to go outside. I'm not going to be picking up potty pads for 10 years. So don't even use them. Have a crate, which is helpful for potty training, and bring that dog outside every month. The dog is, if it's a small dog, so the dog 3 months, the dog needs to go out every 3 hours. If it's a big dog, you could push it 3 to 4 hours, but bring them outside. They're going to have accidents like kids, but evaluate it and say, oh, it's really my fault. I ain't take the dog out on time. Because for the most part, they show you signs that they got to use the bathroom. I even make mistakes because I got to read 3 or 4 different dogs that people are sending to me. So I got to get to know these dogs and what's their signs.
What's some of the common signs that a dog would tell you that they have to use the bathroom?
Sniffing around. That's the biggest one. But some dogs, like if they're in the crate, if they whining a lot and they're a puppy, just bring them outside. Take the chance. Hey, let's go outside. Get up from in front of the TV. That's the biggest thing. People don't want to get up, get out of bed. You wouldn't got this puppy. So that's what you signed up for when you got him.
Real talk. And what about other signs that like they have to use the bathroom? Like you said, sniffing.
Sniffing, some dog, like my dog, he go sit at the door and just look at me. And if I'm not paying him no attention, if I'm laying down, he'll come walk in the room, lick me in the face, and he pace back and forth. If I don't get up within 5 minutes, he gonna pee right by the door like, I told you, stupid, I had to go.
Facts. I feel that. And what about like dogs around kids? Like how can you train a dog to be like more sensitive around like little babies or like toddlers and stuff like that?
It depends on the age, really. Like puppies, they really don't have that understanding yet. So you just teach them, hey, don't jump on them. And you just push them back and make them stay still for a little while around a kid, especially if it's like an infant. But older dogs, for the most part, they have a good sense of being able to tell, okay, you can't handle this, so I need to be a lot more gentle. But if your dog don't have it, you teach them. And that's the biggest thing, like how do you do it? It sounds simple, but you teach them just like a kid. If you don't want your dog to do it, you teach them what you want them to do. And if you make the dog sit, if the dog getting up out of that sit constantly, keep putting it back into that sit constantly. Eventually somebody gonna win. But I always say people don't have the time and patience to do it. That's why I have a job. That's why I come in. Because I can get it done a lot faster than other people. And I'm normally in my sessions for an hour. So within that hour, we're gonna get something done.
So how does that work? Like, if somebody wanted to book you, how does that work? Like with the sessions and things like that.
So for the most part, I like phone calls first. Like you can do a consult, but I mean, it might take me 20 minutes in a phone call to really evaluate your dog and have a mindset of what I'm gonna do. But you can book your consult on my website at woofred.com. Once you get that done, you can also, I'm setting it up to where you can purchase your sessions. So I offer sessions of 4, 6, and 8. All of them are an hour. I normally come once a week, but my clients are able to schedule themselves on that same website. So if you schedule once a week, I'm gonna be there. But if you do every other week, once a month even, I'm still gonna be there. But you can, everything is pretty much gonna be through my website to where you can book your sessions, consult, and my number's on there. So if you got questions, you can give me a call too.
So it's price vary by like the size of the dog?
All of them the same. The only time that prices vary is how many sessions you buy. And I also have another program where you can send your dog to me for 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, that's fine. So it's kind of like a doggy boot camp?
That's what I call it. Man, I had one parent, like I picked up the dog and she was like, I only need proof of life. Like she was just that fed up because he was doing dumb shit. She was just like, I'm done, give me proof of life, and that was it. But naturally, I mean, she missed her dog. But at that moment, she was like, look, you going to his boot camp. And people think like they come to my house and it's daycare. No, you here for a reason. You here to learn. So we train, we do our walks. If it's potty training you need to get done, they get a little bit more walks than other dogs. But you here to learn. You're not here to run around my house and have a blast. If there's in-home behaviors that I need to fix, I set the dog up, hey, jump on my counter, do it. And then show him, hey, no, unacceptable, don't do it again. And it's that simple. But as far as like running around, no.
So, all right, how is it if somebody sends you the dog and you train the dog, how is it that they're gonna listen to like the owner if they were trained by you? You see what I'm saying?
So with that same program, they get 2 free sessions to where I come back and show them everything their dog knows. And also along with that, I'm kind of like the stepdad for all my dogs. I got probably, I think it's 400 dogs in my system. And all of those parents, I let them know, like, if you have any issues, call me, text me. And if I got to pop up if it's an emergency issue, I do. But if it's something I could text you or a phone call and let you know, hey, this is what you're doing wrong, I do that too. So it's not like I come in, train your dog, and disappear. I have like multiple avenues for people to contact me. That's why I put so much content on my page, because one of my clients might be dealing with something from a dog that I already trained. So this is what I did to fix it.
Fact. Okay, so I heard like different types of dogs are easier to train. Like if you have a mixed breed dog, that dog might not be that easy to train as far as like a thoroughbred or full bred dog. Is that true?
Nah, that's kind of like a myth. So any dog can be dumb. Any dog can be smart. Really?
Is there a such thing like as a dumb dog?
Yeah, but no. Like some dogs are gonna pick up faster than others, but their dog's not. That don't mean they dumb. But at the same time, as humans, we make the dog dumb by telling them sit, and then we push their butt down. The dog heard you say sit the first 6 times. So if it's not putting his butt down, it's making a decision not to do it. So don't push the dog butt down. Make them do it by correcting them and showing them no ain't an option in this house. It's a command, not an option. But really, I don't like purebred dogs. I say there's a space for it because some people need a specific kind of dog. Like if you want a protection dog, go get a real German Shepherd or a Doberman or something. Don't go get the mixed breed of it. But a mixed breed can be just as good. I got a German Shepherd and English Mastiff, and I wouldn't give him away for the world. He's big enough, he has a protection instinct, all that stuff is there. So it's pretty much up to what you want.
Okay, so and for for people who listening and they still on the edge, like give them something like to tell them something that'll like push them towards you.
If you can't do it yourself, you got this cute puppy. That's only gonna last 6 months to where that puppy could follow you around. You don't need no leash outside. Eventually that dog is gonna become an adult or a teenager and say, you know what? I've been doing this for so long. Let me go see about that girl next door that I want to hit. And your dog gone, they run away, car coming down the street, that ain't gonna go good. Some people can't do it themselves, or you don't have time. And for the most part right now, everybody at home with their dog. So I've been busier because separation anxiety is coming in. Or people are just realizing, I got a bad dog, I'm tired of you. So let me get some training. Don't be that person and wait until you have the issues or they didn't bit 2 or 3 people. If they bite one person, that's when you need to go because it's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse if you don't get help. And don't be embarrassed to get help because your neighbor probably dealing with the same thing. They just not saying nothing about it and keeping their dog inside. That's the biggest difference between like calling somebody and reaching out for help and just making the situation worse and kind of covering them up.
Okay, and what about like, is there any way that people could go about like getting a package deal as far as like grooming and stuff like that?
So I have a couple of different partners pretty much for everything. So I have a partner, she owns Bunjo Grooming Salon. She's a groomer. And then the 2 vets that I use, I have a vet on the West Bank, is Westside Animal Hospital. And then my emergency vet is gonna be Pet Care Center. Those are both my partners. For like boarding, if it's not a board and train program, I use Black Dog Bark. They even watch my dog if I need. If I go out of town, they watch my dogs. Probably the only company that I trust outside of like the vets and stuff to watch my dog. And they also do training as well. So just because I'm a trainer don't mean I could take every dog in the city. So they do training as well. They're getting into grooming. They're gonna have a facility. So those kind of things, everybody need help. So that's why I use them. And as far as like daycare and stuff, I use Zeus's Place. I have a couple of clients that go there and they love it. I'm just not a big fan. My dog don't need daycare.
Okay, so one more time, tell me where they can find you.
So I have Instagram. It's going to be Woofred's Dog _training. And then I have a website. It's woofred.com. Facebook is Woofred's Dog Training. You could Google me pretty much everywhere. I think I'm on Alexa now. So you could go anywhere and find Woofred's Dog Training.
Hey, that's lit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. From one business owner to another, that's fire. And you in a space where there's not too many people like in, so you really like. I don't know. I like it, dude. For real.
I appreciate it, bro.
No problem, bro. I appreciate you. You hear me?